Okay, so apparently not many people know of the swap I happened upon, which is essentially just a different version of stance swap that has been dubbed weird stance, because it allows you to stance swap to weapons such as Freed's Great Scythe or Rapier, which were usually impossible to, or used to be impossible to stance swap to. The stance swap is essentially the same as the usual one, which would be you do a stance, which could be Great Sword of Judgment, onto Claymore. So that would be like stance R1 and to stance R1. And then you have the Great Sword of Judgment buff on a Crystal Claymore. It's not a big buff, but it does add some damage. Now, if I were to try this with the same inputs, where it's just, okay, I do the weapon art, and then I do the jump on Freeds. So that's not really buffing it. What I happened to discover was that, like, if you do the same inputs, like you do the weapon art, and you go into your menu, you swap to Freeds, you close menu, take one step forwards, add some amount of movement forwards at the correct timing. Or press the weapon art and R1, which you would normally. Then it allows you to do stance swaps onto weapons that usually wouldn't be possible. So that would be like, okay, we do stance, swap, move, and L2 R1. It also works for R2, by the way. This is just the way that I prefer to do it, because controller, and for some reason I find this easier. There's also a different way you can do this, which was found by Rhyonic Souls. I believe that's his full tag, maybe. Anyways, Ryo found this, where instead of closing the menu first, you hold the L2, the weapon art button. So what you would do, and this might take a couple of tries because I am not that great at this particular version. So you do the stance, swap, and then swap, and then in your inventory, after you've swapped, you hold L2. So I'll just oh, it would be very awkward if this took minutes, wouldn't it? Okay, there we go. That is the other version of how you do this, or how you can do this stance. I think try out both ways, see what fits you. It's gonna be difficult to get the swap itself, because I think Rhyonic found that it was a 2-frame window, like you have a very small opening to actually get the inputs right. The one thing that I will mention is like this swap, where you move back, or where you swap to Freed Scythe. It is very forgiving with the opening you have to like get the L2 R1 input in, so you don't have to hurry through the swap. You can take your time for the actual swap itself. It's the inputs as soon as you're out of your inventory that matters. So I guess I wish you all the best of luck, and if any of you have any questions, feel free to ask, although I'm not sure how much more help I can be than this.